So there's one gun here in Black Ops 6 that I personally consider the laser gun. That's going to be the Model L. This thing is absolutely insane in my personal opinion, but they did buff this thing with the season 1 reloaded update that literally came out a couple days ago, but they actually put out the actual weapon balancings a couple days ago. They buffed the damage on this thing. We're going to use it in today's video and overall just have some fun. Honestly, just roaming the map using one of the easiest things you can use in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. All right, so we got the Model L here in Black Ops 6. Literally with the recent update in this game, they gave every single gun in Black Ops 6 literally 0 recoil. That's why I made my video yesterday on the OG MP5, because why not bring back just classic weapons here? But today we aren't bringing back a classic gun. We're just bringing back a gun that is just an absolute laser beam. The Model L, arguably the best assault rifle in the entire game. When the game first came out, people were saying the Model L is like the best thing on earth, and rightfully so it was, because it just killed insanely quick and it had 0 recoil. So, you know, it was getting the respect that it actually did deserve. And I think I've used it maybe one time since then, but today I figured why not bring back the laser gun, because I think this weapon is the laser gun of Black Ops 6. It's literally a 0 recoil gun. Like every year, there's always a gun in the game that has 0 recoil. It has like the easiest recoil pattern to understand and learn. I kind of feel like the Model L is that gun this year for surely. And then it got a lot better with, you know, the whole buff that came out where they made every gun an absolute beam. Why did this kid turn around? Hello? Do you have high alert? He didn't. Oh my, maybe he heard me. Oh my god, what the heck? But yeah, like I was saying, every year there's always a gun in the game that has 0 recoil, and every year we or I consider it to be the laser gun. And I think this year is the Model L, you know, is indeed that laser gun of the game. So I want to give it a go here after the recent update, because it's literally at this point it's so free. Like it's so free. That update, what it did for us in terms of recoil control, it literally allowed everybody to shoot absolutely straight. Now more than ever, you have to be a lot more accurate, because like I said, everybody does shoot straight. So with everybody having the same aim, you got to be able to, you know, outgun people a lot and just outsmart people in general. So it's kind of important that you hit your bullets in this game, but it's also kind of like, yeah, it really, that doesn't matter, but it really isn't like the biggest thing in the world, because the way aim assist is nowadays in Call of Duty, you basically aims for you. Your little hoes new 0 recoil factor just absolutely just elevated the game. But I did see today a tweet came out from Charlie Intel where, like, you know, he basically just said like a little mini update to where, like, just giving us, I guess, like an update on Black Ops 6 in terms of like, you know, just the quotes and the things that Treyarch say to us. And they said that Treyarch actually does plan on evolving Omni movement, because they see like the impact that it had on Call of Duty. And when they said that, I kind of thought, like, I don't know if they're gonna like evolve it in this game, or are they going to evolve it in like other CODs, because I kind of feel like it'll not be a lot harder to do it in this game, but it'll be a lot, I guess, a lot more challenging. I kind of feel like it'll take a long time for them to evolve the Omni movement. 1, 2, I also kind of feel like if Omni movement is going to be evolved, they must plan on keeping it, right? Like they must plan on making this like the general Call of Duty movement. And honestly, if they do that, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind it, but they definitely do have to like work out just the perks of everything and just make sure it's a lot smoother, because to be honest with you, Omni movement is very clunky in this game. It's not the smoothest thing in the entire world, which of course you have to understand, that you have to respect, you know, this is a whole new movement system that's ever been added to Call of Duty, so you have to like just give them time to, you know, work out just the little glitches and bugs that come with this movement. So if they plan on evolving this thing and making it a lot better, I hope that they do keep it throughout the entire, I guess, rest of Call of Duty, to be honest with you. Like, I honestly, God, would not mind, you know, Omni movement being the base movement of the game. But at a certain point in time, once it does like evolve and they actually perfect it to where you have like no issues with it, it'll be insane, the amount of movement, just everything when it comes to Call of Duty. So it'll be interesting just to see it and just see how like advanced Call of Duty really does get in terms of the movement. Because think about it, Omni movement is someone like building in Fortnite, even though this is like way off topic, but this is, think about it, building in Fortnite was so new at some point, but over the years, as it got better, as over the years that they made it a lot more better and easier to understand. It's just insane how like advanced the builder became in that game. And this is just, I'm going to assume Omni movement is like the exact same way. So once again, I am all here for it, because honestly, Call of Duty could definitely use a switch up in terms of their movement. Granted, we did have jetpack for like 2 years or 3 years, I should say, but they got rid of that instantly, and it was like, yeah, we're not keeping that one. But I want to assume that they plan on keeping Omni movement and just making it a lot more better and a lot more easier just for the casual players just to understand and use and just honestly be best at. So if you actually do like go further into patch notes, you actually do see that they confirm that they're not confirmed, but like in the notes they were saying that they might add it in future Call of Duties. But I also kind of realized by reading that it's kind of like one of those things where it's like Treyarch can want it, but the other studio could also not want it. Because obviously we know next year is Black Ops 2 sequels. Call of Duty is next year, and I'm 99.9% sure I heard that Treyarch is doing it. So Treyarch is doing back-to-back CODs, which is absolutely kind of insane to even fathom, but it most likely will be in that game if Treyarch does have control of the Black Ops 2 sequel Call of Duty. Usually whenever they add something good in Call of Duty every single year, it usually tends to be gone the next year, because, you know, every single dev gets a Call of Duty every single year. Well, not every single year, but they get their own COD game. So of course, you know, they're gonna do it to their standards and how they want it. So they could also agree and say that, you know, they don't want army movement in their game. Like they can literally sit there and just say that I don't want that. Like I don't like it. I don't like army movement. I personally don't want army movement. They can literally just sit there and agree to never add that thing back. And of course, it's one of the things where you can be mad. Of course, you'll be highly upset. We could be highly upset about it, but it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, that makes sense. It's like, think about it. Infinity Ward, think about every Infinity War game that has come out over just the last like couple years or just the last year or so. They have not been movement games like whatsoever. None of them have been up to the standard of army movement at all. So expecting army movement in that game would be actually absolutely just diabolical. So I think they get Infinity War gets a COD I think in 2026. So you can get army movement for the last 2 years, but then, you know, it'll be going probably with the Infinity Ward's game. Sledgehammer probably would mess around and do it because Sledgehammer is always just down to do dope stuff. So it just comes down to the dev team and just whatever they truly want to do. Me personally, I'm down for it. I just think they need to work it a lot better.
Hardpoint is secure. Threat down. Got their long gun.
50%.
We've taken the lead. Locked down. Hostiles they've taken the lead.
Oh.
Top FPL 50%.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint located.
Took one out.
Oh my god. It's so weird using this gun and like just not really controlling the recoil, because like once you play Call of Duty for a very long time, recoil control just becomes one of the most easiest things ever in history. Like people always wonder like, oh, how you have no recoil, or how you always look like you just have aimbot. Like once you really play COD for a long time, kind of understand the game, you realize that recoil control really is not hard whatsoever. You just simply just have to like just hold your stick down just a little bit. But now more than ever, you don't even have to touch your stick. Like it's actually insane. So the people who like were able to control the recoil like above the average player, like or better than the average player, definitely kind of have the advantage in terms of this little buff right here. But I gotta feel like this thing definitely does benefit a lot of people here, and I think this weapon right here is one of those guns that definitely can like people can definitely gravitate towards. It's so easy to use. Like it was easy to use before the whole little buff, and then it's just honestly a lot better now more than ever. Honestly, like whenever people I think Call of Duty, they do think like no recoil guns, because obviously everybody does love a no recoil class setup or just a no recoil gun in general. So this thing just made it to where everybody can just enjoy the same playing field, which of course it's like it kind of separated the skill gap, but it really kind of didn't, because it's like it's still a thing that everybody can use, but it also is better in certain players' hands. So I think some people look at it like in a negative way, but I think people should definitely look at it in a positive way more than anything, because it definitely is something good when it comes down to just, I guess, making Call of Duty easier but a lot more balanced, and just raising the skill gap up just a tiny bit. I think what they really do struggle when it comes to just, I think the balance in Call of Duty with the weapons is just like the damage and just damage range in a lot of these guns. But over the last couple of years, the damage range has been like one of the most biggest things ever in history. I think ever since Warzone came out and ever since bullet velocity been a thing, it's made Call of Duty a lot harder in terms of just weapon balance. So I think this update overall is just a W, because it makes guns like these just a lot more easier to use and just caters just a tiny bit towards the casuals and just a better player as well. So that's enough Black Ops 6 for me today. Honestly, using this Model L is absolutely fun. It's the easiest gun you can use in the game. This is a build I was rocking in today's video if you actually do want to see it. But I want you guys to get this classic gold. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments whenever you do the Model L. And I also want you guys to give me your thoughts just about the whole army movement just being a constant thing in Call of Duty, just how you feel about that. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'll see you guys in the next one.